Hello, world. Hello, world. You will not believe this breaking story. Well, Judge Faith Jenkins, who was once the prominent divorce court host, we'll say, is one of my favorite shows. She, you would not believe, has just exposed who was actually perpetrating fake news of her marriage. And you will not believe, you have to take a read, listen, to who she discovered was in cahoots of this, we'll say, forgery. It's quite interesting and quite alarming. Just take a read and a listen. Bye, world.
News, Willie L. Laney Jr., we looked into the other accounts that basically took this salacious commentary and ran with it.
Yeah. What shocked me the most was that it wasn't just who they were, it was who they pretended to be. Hiding behind names like Black Tea or Urban Gossip, posing as insiders from our community. But, when we looked a lot closer, they really were nowhere near the culture that they were profiting off of.
These next attackers were different. They weren't just copying lies, they were running an operation. YouTube is being used to generate profit from lies and attacks on Black public figures, and it doesn't even start in the U.S. NBC News reported on this problem in 2024. They found YouTube channels pumping out fake stories about Black celebrities, fabricating scandals, using fake thumbnails, distorting their images, and those videos racked up millions of views. But what NBC didn't uncover was who was behind these channels. Now, we know. In our case, not all of the attackers were in the U.S. Some of the channels that spread lies about Kenny and I were run by people outside this country. People who pretended to be based in America so they could blend into conversations in our culture and avoid accountability. They didn't want you to know that because a so-called Black celebrity news channel hits different when you think it's coming from a member of the community. The goal is to gain your trust. You let your guard down. But these were not U.S.-based creators. They were anonymous operators using fake identities and fake locations, people who build entire YouTube channels on lies, not journalism, not commentary, lies scripted for profit. And here's what shocked us. This has been allowed to go on for years. Somewhere along the way, these uploaders decided that Black people were easy targets, that you could lie about us, profit from us, and nobody in power would care to stop it. That ends today. And I will show you exactly who they are and where they operated from in this video. Why are they so brazen, you might ask? There's a reason. They know they're operating outside of the U.S. They know YouTube and Google are protected under U.S. Law Section 230, which means the platform can't be held liable for what creators post. They know that makes them hard to reach legally because they're out of the country. They think that means they can't be touched. So they feel untouchable. They feel protected. They feel free to try to destroy lives from behind a screen. But exposure changes everything. Look at how this group of channels, owned and operated by the same person, amplified Willie Laney's lies. These videos didn't appear randomly. They were released in sequence. Look at the pattern and malicious intent by which they operated. This is coordinated amplification, and their goal is always one thing: make the lie go viral. Get people to start writing the celebrity, get their attention, get them to respond and feed the algorithm. Once they pull you into it, they profit from the chaos. And here's what exposes their operation for what it truly is, not commentary, but coordination. When we filed suit, the owner of this group of channels who publicly claimed to be US based was not in the United States at all. Yet instead of revealing who they really were, they quietly hired a California-based attorney to defend them in this lawsuit. Think about that. Someone posing as an American celebrity news gossip channel overseas suddenly retained U.S. legal counsel. That doesn't happen unless there's a real business behind the lies, one worth protecting. We reached a legal settlement with this operator, but as of this recording, they have not completed all of their settlement obligations, so let me be clear. They are still under legal scrutiny. Their compliance is being enforced, and their final outcome is still to be determined. They built their platform on deception, fake identity, fake location, fake stories to manipulate audiences and profit from chaos, and now accountability has reached their door. Then there are the accounts that we are not in settlement talks with, and they are named in our lawsuit. Here they are. Nazir Rao claims to be based in the U.S., runs the channel Star News, targets black U.S. celebs and public figures with misinformation, is actually based in Pakistan. Dinar Minglalamov runs the channel Black Tea, claims to be based in the United States, targets black celebs and public figures with denigrating content. He's based in Russia. Kunjamal Jayan, official vlog videos, claims to be based in the United States, targets black public figures and celebs with defamatory content. He's based in India. Imran Igra runs the channel Celeb News, claims to be based in the United States, targets black celebrities with misinformation and also black public figures. He is actually based in Pakistan. Mohammed Shabazz Haider runs the channel Celebrity Star Talks, claims to be based in the United States, a gossip channel with negative content about U.S. black celebrities. Mohammed is based in Pakistan. With negative content about U.S. black celebrities. Mohammed is based in Pakistan. Sunny Deval claims to be based in the United States, runs the channel Mukon Music, targets black celebrities with negative commentary, actually based in Pakistan. Muhammad Islam runs the channel We Got Celeb, claims to be based in the United States, targets black public figures and celebs with negative and denigrating content. Muhammad is actually based in Pakistan. This doesn't happen by accident. It happens because YouTube allows it to happen. This entire abuse pipeline only works because YouTube gives anonymous and foreign operated channels the ability to lie about where they are and who they are and still get paid for it. And that has to change. YouTube doesn't need a task force. It doesn't need a 5-year study. It doesn't need another statement. It needs to implement policy, and it needs to do it now. So here are simple, immediate solutions YouTube could implement today to protect people from exactly what happened to us. 1. Require regional disclosure. If a creator is not located in the country they claim, they must disclose their region. No more fake Atlanta-based gossip channels operating from Russia. If a channel wants to speak on U.S. public figures while pretending to be U.S.-based, the audience deserves to know the truth. 2. Verified identity for monetization. If a channel wants to make money on YouTube, verify who owns it. Not a screen name, not a VPN location, a real verified human or business entity on file. Next, label synthetic and manipulated content. If a video uses AI voices, fake or manipulated photos and thumbnails, or synthetic visuals, label it up front. Viewers deserve to know when the voice they're hearing isn't real. Stop ranking anonymous defamation in Google's search engine. No unverified channel should outrank the truth in Google search. If a channel is not verified, meaning there's no real person, no real identity on file, it should not dominate search results about real people. That is basic safety and basic integrity. And tracking and penalties for repeat defamation. Channels that repeatedly publish provenly false claims should receive defamation strikes and lose monetization privileges. Folks, these are not radical demands. These are common sense protections that YouTube could deploy right now if they wanted to. The question is no longer, can they do something? They can. The question is, will they? And if they won't, it's time for the public, the press, Congress, and the courts. We must start asking why. Now that we know the truth, we are not backing down. We are pushing for real accountability for every channel involved in this case. Stay tuned.